Hi, this is Dr. Grande. I hope you find this video useful. If that's the case, please like it and subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching.
Hello, Brittany. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I understand that you had a little difficulty with drinking this week, and you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I was a little upset. I didn't get to go out this weekend, and I ended up drinking quite a lot this weekend.
Quite a lot?
Yeah, really a lot. But I stopped on Sunday.
On Sunday?
Yeah, I did. I stopped on Sunday.
So, Brittany, I've been seeing you for a while now, and during the last session we talked about that during this session we would look at some strategies for helping you beat this alcohol addiction. Are you still ready to do that?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely want to stop drinking and really get my life on track like it was before.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're ready to stop drinking. You've been drinking now for 5 or 6 years?
Yeah, it's about 6.
About 6 years.
Yeah.
And more or less, it seems like always the same pattern on the weekend. Binge drinking.
Yes.
And then waking up at a different point, sometimes Sunday, like this last time, sometimes during the week.
Yeah.
Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah.
What makes you think you're ready to take this step and be done with alcohol?
Well, I'm trying to get this promotion at my job, and I think that in order for me to really do well, I will need to get past this drinking problem. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a potential promotion at work,
Yes.
and my guess is this promotion wouldn't mix well with drinking.
No, because I'll be the manager, so I'll have to, make sure everybody's on top of their game and make sure the restaurant is moving smoothly. So it's just a lot of pressure, and I know that the drinking is not going to help it.
Okay, so I've talked about a lot of these strategies before, but you're telling me you're more interested now in taking a look at this. So let's
I'm
start.
going to try anything you got.
Okay. So let's talk about some of the environmental suggestions that we've talked about before. I know you live in an apartment, and you mentioned that you store some alcohol there, right? Quite a bit.
Yeah. We like to.
So we talked about setting up an environment where you take that alcohol out and dispose of it. Don't have any inside the apartment.
Well, I could, but I can't right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because they're doing some construction in my apartment, so to get out of my apartment and cross over and all that and carrying those bottles, it would just be a lot.
It would be too hard to do right now.
It would be too hard for me to do right now.
All right. What about enlisting some of your friends to come over and help you? You could take a few bottles, make several trips.
Right. Yeah. That wouldn't work because, all of our schedules for work are all different, so that wouldn't really work.
Oh, it's hard to get everybody on the same page.
Everybody works crazy hours, so that wouldn't work.
All right. So that would be tough. You mentioned that with a particular job you have, we've talked about before how some of the social influences seem to be motivating you toward the drinking.
Yeah, I have to try to stay clear of that, but definitely a lot at work. Well, everybody drinks that I'm around.
Everybody drinks at work?
Everybody drinks, yeah. It's like, of course not the managers, and we got a few people who are a little uptight, but just about everybody else drinks. Take breaks, and sometimes we'll take breaks and take shots.
So could you see yourself working in a different environment, working in a different place?
Probably, maybe. Right now, because again, I'm trying to get the promotion, it wouldn't really look, I would want a recommendation and things like that, and I wouldn't want to go to another job as a hostess. I would want to, be able to move up, so I think that I should stay here and, try to get the manager position and then, work the manager position for a little bit and then go ahead and find a different environment to work in.
All right, so maybe a good idea, just not a good idea right now.
Yeah, something maybe maybe a year or two from now.
Maybe a year or two away. So we talked about before how the initial drinking is one problem, and then kind of the binge drinking evolves, in part because when you go to work, you're carrying a lot of cash, so you're able to buy the alcohol as you go. How about not bringing that cash into work?
Yeah, I could. See, the only thing about that is I have to, sometimes help give out change to the, waitresses and waiters, and they really sometimes depend on me to have that change because I'm the hostess and I'm always there and interacting with everyone, and so that would kind of interfere with my job a little bit.
Yeah, you mentioned you carry a lot of 20s and 50s. Is that a popular bill denomination for change?
No, but sometimes I might, need to stop and get gas on the way, so I might get change, and then I'll have extra change in my pocket for when I go to work.
All right, so going to work with a couple $100s in cash, that's something it's really hard for you to avoid doing.
Yeah, because, we have a lot of, waiters and waitresses, and they need a lot of change, so I need to make sure I have enough, definitely.
All right, so that strategy might not work.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work.
You usually give the money to your friends to go out and purchase the alcohol, especially when you get more or less incapacitated from it. Could you talk to them and ask them not to purchase that alcohol for you, even if you hand them the money?
I could be willing to do that. I mean, I don't think they'll listen, but I think I could probably try to do that. The only issue is, my friends, we all like to drink together. So likelihood of them saying no is kind of less likely, but I could try.
You could try, but I don't sense that you think that's going to be too successful.
I don't think so, but I'm willing to try. I definitely am willing to try. I want to definitely make a change.
You're willing to talk to them?
Yeah.
So today is Monday.
Right.
When do you think you could talk to them? When do you work next?
Well, I have to work Friday. Definitely Friday. Maybe Thursday.
Yeah. Do you know who you're going to talk to? Like how you're going to approach them? What you're going to say?
Yeah. I think I could probably talk to my closest friend T. Don't really know what I would say, to be honest.
All right. How about another strategy we talked about? You mentioned that, especially on Saturday, you seem vulnerable to the drinking after work.
Yeah.
And you talked about a few times how when the shift ends, you have to do a little bit of work after everybody leaves the restaurant. Mm-hmm. But the socializing really doesn't start till a few minutes later in the parking lot. So you could park your car on the other side of the parking lot and just go directly out and get in it and drive home.
Right.
How about that strategy? Is that possible?
I mean, that does sound possible. But, I don't want to seem like, mean to people when everyone's, socializing. I'm just walking past them, not speaking, and just going straight in my car and, taking off. That's kind of mean, and I don't want people to, think I'm mean or that I don't like them or that I don't want to talk to them. So
you're afraid that might send the wrong message to them?
Yeah, I think it definitely will send the wrong message.
Even if you told them this is to avoid the binge drinking?
Yeah, I think they'll still take it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that might not really work as a possibility. Mm. So Brittany, we've been talking today and really over the last few years. Yeah. We've had a lot of ideas of things that may help reduce the chances of the binge drinking, but there seems to be a lot of barriers, right? It just seems to be a bad time.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, is this a goal that you're really committed to, the stopping of drinking? Is this really important to you?
Yes, definitely. It's really important. I see myself, definitely living a happier life and being more comfortable and less worries and less stress. And I think that, being able to get past this part will allow me to move forward in life and get the promotion that I want, So I definitely want to make this change. I definitely want to stop binge drinking. It's getting out of hand.
Yeah, you want to stop the binge drinking. It's just right now, the kind of ideas that I've had and we've discussed before, the timing just doesn't seem to be working.
No, it just seems, they were great suggestions, but they just don't seem to fit with my life right now.
Yeah. So. Do you have any suggestions of things you could do to stop drinking?
Just try to, no, not really. Besides just try to avoid it. I really can't.
Just try to avoid it?
Yeah, can't really think of anything. Yeah.
Do you want to continue next session working on other ideas of how to stop?
Oh, definitely. I definitely would like to come back and hopefully we can brainstorm something that'll fit. Just right now, with the promotion, I'm stressed and trying to get through, this whole manager test and things that we have to do to try to even get the position. It's just a lot of stress right now. Yeah,
it's just a tough time for you.
Definitely tough.
All right, Brittany, so thanks for spending this time today. I'm sorry that none of those suggestions seem to be something that could work for you. When we pick up next session, we'll start talking about this again and kind of see if we can figure things out. Maybe during this week, if you can, I would ask you to take a look at some of the things, some of the reasons that are motivating you to stop, and maybe some of the things that are working you toward the other direction, like keeping you drinking. Maybe write some of those down. We can talk about kind of the pros and cons of discontinuing alcohol and what's motivating you toward it and away from it.
Right.
We could talk about those things.
Okay.
All right.
Definitely think about that.
Is that something you think you can take some time this week and write down?
Definitely can, take some time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to work, but I can try to find some time to do that.
You could try to fit that in?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Brittany, I appreciate this time and working with me today. I will see you next week.